Joining us now to talk about online security is Thomas Riley. He is the CEO of a top cyber security company called ArcSight. Tom, we're glad to have you with us. To what extent is your firm's mission harder now than even a year ago?
Well, it's always been a difficult mission. It's increasingly important now. So cybercrime is on the rise. We're reading about in the news all the time, iPad breach being the most recent. But we talked about RIM in the previous segment. PDAs, handheld devices are becoming pervasive and the world's becoming interconnected. And so now enemy nation states and organized crime syndicates are the cyber criminals on the rise, and they're well funded, they're very sophisticated attacks, and they're going after identities, they're committing fraud online, they're doing espionage, stealing intellectual property, and increasingly they're attacking our critical infrastructure.
Well, what is the right thing to do if you think there has been a breach? How do you broach the topic?
Well, the first thing, if you're a corporation and you think you've been breached, you have to get the news out to your customers because it's all about trust.
So did AT&T wait too long? Some people have criticized the company for that.
Well, it really depends on when they learned. I think they came forward with the right answer, which is we fixed the breach. Here's exactly what happened. Here's how we fixed it. We feel that you're safe now. It's all about reassuring your customers that they can trust doing business online.
Tom, you mentioned, some states, some sort of evil forces at play here, but Goatse Security, the whole reason we know about AT&T and the iPad breach is because of Goatse Security's a white hat hacker group. So do these groups serve a purpose, or are they just an annoyance?
Well, they actually do serve a purpose, right? They're out there continually testing for vulnerabilities. As the world's getting interconnected, developers are working really fast to improve our everyday lives. And they may make mistakes along the way. They may leave gaps. And corporations like Goatse, they find them. What I hope those corporations do is they don't necessarily have to go public. They just need to notify the corporations that they found a flaw and allow them to correct them so we can keep advancing this interconnectivity.
But they may not want to do it, I guess, because, no publicity, no glory, but that's another point. What do you do? Is it harder to find a flaw or is it harder to correct it? I was actually surprised with how fast AT&T was able to fix that flaw. So is it harder to know that you're being hacked or is it harder to fix it?
Well, so it's what happened to AT&T and the iPad users wasn't really a serious breach. And there's not
just email addresses.
It's email addresses.
That said, very high-profile people, so it spooked a lot of people.
It shouldn't happen, but it was a very easy thing to correct. What was breached was actually a convenience feature that AT&T had for its customers to actually save you time and give you better service and support. They just didn't anticipate what the cyber criminals could actually, how they could take advantage of that. And so, thank God we found it. Thank God that we closed it very quickly, and I think AT&T responded well.